explain like what the equipment is, and kind of a little bit about the program, what it does. We're going to look at the demo program because it does a lot of different things and kind of at least let you see what the children are going to see and kind of, the three-dimensional view that we're going to get. Then we're going to look at some of the different applications, and then we're going to navigate the zSpace website because they have an entire education section that allows you to search by subject and application, and it gives you lesson plans, worksheets. It connects all that to your Google Classroom if you like to use that. So you have a lot of resources on there, and then we'll talk about additional training as well. And then after that, if you want to stay for a while and look at something more specific to whatever subject matter you teach, then you can hang out and do that, or if you got to go do other stuff, you can be with me at some other time. So kind of first off, what is zSpace? So it combines the elements of AR and VR to create lifelike experiences that are immersive and interactive. So this technology is pretty new. So if you don't know what augmented reality is, technology that superimposes a computer-generated image on a viewer's real world, providing composite view. So the most famous one in recent years is Pokemon Go. If you have kids, or I mean, if you're alive 2 summers ago, it was pretty much like everywhere. So if you see like here on the video, this one takes a computer image and plays it over reality. So this combines both. So virtual reality is the computer-generated simulation 3D image or environment that can be interacted with electronic equipment. So that's your Oculus Rift, where you put the big, or the Samsung has like the glasses and stuff, so it blocks out everything else and you feel like you're immersed in the world. So this kind of combines the two of those with the objective of providing real-life experiences for things that maybe are dangerous or it's more cost-efficient to do it this way. So they have, for like tech schools, they have a welding program, and the stylus, instead of looking like this, looks like a welding torch. So students get 100 hours of welding time before they ever pick up a torch. There's an entire program which we'll discuss when we get to apps, but it has like hundreds of animals that you can dissect, and you don't have any of the mess of cleaning up or any of that stuff, and it has labels and stuff. When you pull it out, you'll see later it looks three-dimensional. So it's a really great program, and this is just tip of the iceberg. I think they've been around for 4 years, and they're already to this level, and technology is exponential scale, so it's only going to go up from here. I've probably installed 10 gigs worth of updates in like the last 2 weeks. So they constantly put out new activities and are looking at what they're doing, and they're very good about continually to add different things to the program. Next, we're going to look at the different pieces of equipment and talk a little bit about what they do. The first is the computer here, so it's zSpace all-in-one, or if you're looking up online, it'll say AIO. But the way the whole system works is if you look at your computer, there's a camera here, 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 and that picks up the glasses. If you look at your glasses, which are on top of the computer. So one important thing to note is whoever is in control of the stylus needs to have these glasses on, because these cameras pick up these little points on here. And you'll see once we get into it, when you have them on and you turn your head and you look up and down, it follows you around what you're doing.
Are these different ones?
So these, those are so you can work in threes is pretty much how they have you do it, and kids can rotate who's actually in control.
Okay.
The blue glasses are for whoever's not, they call the person in charge the driver. So whoever else is there, they can still see everything they're doing, but you don't want 2 kids wearing this and looking at the same computer, because the camera's going to be all wacky and the stylus won't work like it should. So one person wears these, and then the 2 other people wear the blue glasses, and then this is your the zSpace stylus. So it's pretty simple. There's only 3 buttons, which is good. It's not overly complicated. And what these do, we'll show you a little bit more when we get in there, but your main button is the little white one there, and that's like if you equate anything like your left mouse click. So that's how you go around navigate. You click stuff, pick it up, and that's your primary mode. And then the other two are for different options, and those vary pretty greatly from program to program. So that's something we would talk more about when we got into specific subject matter or specific applications. So yeah, there's glasses there. So yeah, you see all those little white points. The cameras are picking that up, so they're tracking what you're doing. So they're called the tracking eyewear versus the follower eyewear. And if you do have any, there's two pairs up here, but if you have anybody that really has to have glasses, you can click these on. They work pretty well, but like I'm farsighted, I can take my glasses off and put these on. I can usually see okay. So it kind of just depends.
I say I wear those over
Yeah.
my glasses, and they're fine.
Yeah, or if you can do that too. If you have somebody that has like really bad eyesight and they need it, we do have those there. And then these, I changed them out. We had some. They gave us like some tinier ones, but those should fit. Those will fit over a lot of glasses as well. So as far as getting into the program, I got it set up now. So students come in, they log in with their school account, just like they normally would. So their, the last name, first name, middle initial, and then their GAT, whatever the numbers are. So they just log in that way, which is great because it gives you access to the network. So now they can, if you're doing, like if you do the worksheet, you don't use Google Classroom or something, they can save it to their H drive, which is important because a lot of the activities will have them go, it'll ask them a question. They answer the question in there. And then it'll, like the next part of it might say, all right, you're looking at, say the human body, take a picture of the lungs. Like go and find that. So they'll actually take a picture and it saves it to this, basically makes a PDF when you're done with the activity. So you can go back and review that, especially for science and those sorts of things. And we're, a lot of them, you can set up different models and stuff so they can take pictures and document as they go, which is nice because when they first came in, we had it on there and there was no way to get what you're doing on there off. They do have access to the internet, so if they need to email themselves or upload it to their OneDrive account or any of that stuff, that's also other options for you. And like I said, you can connect those worksheets to Google Classroom too. So you can go, they can go on the internet, sign their Google Class, open up the worksheet on there, fill it out, and save it just like you would unroll a document. And it won't show you, but if you look at their, once y'all sign, you'll see you can access applications on, most of the main ones are on the desktop, but there's a few other games and different things that are on. If you go to the Start menu, you go down to ZSpace. There's a few other activities in there. So if you go ahead, I'll get y'all to go ahead and log in to the system. Yeah, so if someone's name up, yeah, just go to other user and sign in.
Just the email or just the?
Yeah, just like you would, just like you do on your computer every day. Which is great because this allows us to, we're first doing it, all the internet, or all the web access was through my name. I was like, I can't have this. I don't need 10 computers running with me having no idea what's on there. So they came in and got an image and set up for us, which like I said is also good because you can they can save the work now to that school H drive. Or if you want to see, they have access to all of that. So it operates like a normal computer. And then once you're in, you're going to look for, if you look at this sheet, we're going to go to the ZSpace experience. ZSpace experience, which is, this is a demo. So a lot of the kids, Irena and Emily have been in here with the engineering kids. So if you got any of those kids, they're great because they've used this program several times, so they can help other people get going. But if you have a lot that haven't used it, the experience is just a great way to get them in here and let them see what the program does and kind of get used to, because it is, you know, when we're looking at computer screens, our brains are trained, you know, we're in X and Y. So we're not used to looking at, your brain's not used to processing that three-dimensional information. So it takes a little while to, and y'all probably want to switch, like whoever has the driver glasses should be in the middle so that picks it up. And another note, which is kind of, if you're exploring and not wanting to look at it in 3D, if you take your glasses off, it'll automatically revert back to 2D. So if you take them off and just hide them for a second, it recognizes whether or not you have your glasses on. So you change back.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and see if you move your head. So you've got you've got these little. So these are different little activities here. So you want to pick up like any of these and drop it in a little bubble, and it'll open up the activity for you. So whatever you're on, it tells you what it is. And you can kind of make it disappear.
The camera. Is that a camera?
What is a camera? That's taking a look at this. So that's the
And
camera.
there's a lot of different stuff. And then if
Okay,
you
so
want
we
to
can
go
look
back.
closer to the camera.
We just go home.
Yeah.
Just go
You
home
can make
and
that
it's
piece
kind of-
disappear.
Yeah, and then another neat one is
I bet you can click on the camera
if you,
too. I bet that.
that's like a terrarium. If you drop a little butterfly,
I bet you can click on that box.
and there's,
also.
this is like a biology, we have some different stuff, animals and things.
Okay, so that's a close-up camera.
That's like it's like a little kid's playground.
See if you can find like one of those strings.
So you can pick it up.
Yeah, we get.
So you got the life cycle stages: caterpillar, cocoon, and butterfly.
How do we get
Like but pick up this guy.
Let's see what that menu does.
With
Does
the-
it tell you where it is? Like if I wanted to know aorta? Oh, it does. It tells me.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Very cool.
I don't know what to do
Just
with it.
leave it and go
One with
together.
the dark, maybe the ones that we've done.
See, and pull it towards you. So it'll actually look like it's
Selected.
coming out.
Interesting.
And then we drop it, and it'll start flying and stuff.
And before we leave, take a look at this one.
And then the robot arm, if you go back, is a pretty neat one too. I'll show you.
It's selecting. If this
So
doesn't-
this one has some of
This
the
one,
other
and then I don't know.
activities, like you can, if you left click it.
Maybe not.
Oh, then, sorry, it's over here on this thing. So you can explode it.
Interesting.
So it shows you all the little parts, and then you click reunite. And so you can do this with like biology, machines, and all this different stuff. Or you can grab it individually and pull like one part off at a time if you want to look at it.
Oh, okay, so now I get to know. Oh, that was the hard.
This is the Z Space experience.
Yeah, this is just a really good kind of all-around activity for introducing them to this, because I mean most of them is going to be pretty foreign unless they have, you know, there's like PlayStation VR and a couple of things, but there's very few.
What's the watch for?
That it lets you like change like the faces and all the different stuff. Like you can make, it has like several different faces and colors and stuff. Yeah, see, it's like a little kids kind of playground, but because they make it, I mean, it has activities from, you know, elementary to from basically kindergarten. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's like
And then pick it up and move it.
Fun little
If you
thing
move it to
for
rotate
kids.
360, they
Okay,
have to
guys,
do
let's
it
go
three
and check
different.
out.
And then the house it's actually like a drop a blueprint, and it's a house, and it lets you see.
Well, that's part of it. It's part of the.
Yeah.
I want to see it. This is just the house.
Yeah, so you can actually pull the pieces
So
off.
if a student loses something off the screen, turn your head down and like reach down.
So if
See if
you,
you
yeah,
can
see if you
Blueprint.
click
Yes.
blueprint,
Yeah.
look at the frame,
Stand. Oh, there it is. There
and
it
then
is.
the walls,
Okay, so if it falls off of
And then
you, they
like
have to
paint.
adjust their bodies.
and you can even look at, if If you can take off the third floor, second floor.
It is pretty
I wonder
adorable.
if that voice match.
Yeah.
You can take notes kind of as we go on, or it's always on the website. And then the other one is, we're not going to fill out the second one today, but that's just for you. It's made by ZSpace, and it's a way to go. It kind of takes you step by step in going, choosing a lesson, and finding everything and how to do that. I figured that'd be good for as you'll go and explore. So ZSpace Educator Resources, they're very in depth. They already have developed curriculum that can be used in schools, and you can even, we'll look at it in a second, you can go on there and you can go to standards and go to your state and go and find South Carolina, this activity meets standard, for English or Spanish or whatever, or they have national standards too that you can go and look at. There's hundreds of activities, maybe more now. They've they kind of got the apps going in the beginning, and then they've leased out some third-party apps and stuff that they've been using. The ZSpace Studio is where they have all these pre-made things. So you can go through and look, and that's what I was kind of talking about with the activity sheets we'll look at in a second. Like it's not overwhelming, it's usually 10 steps, and it has them go through, like they'll answer a question or take a picture each step, and then it has them go kind of to the next part. We have over a dozen applications, and you can find the lessons plans online. So these are all the different ones they have. We have all the ones on the sheet except for the Human Anatomy Atlas, and that one's more like for like tech nursing school or college nursing school or something like that. But going back to how they've done this, instead of needing a human cadaver to go and dissect and do all that stuff, you can actually go and do this program, and it's the same thing. You put up there once you're ready for them to start and follow along, but you want to go to the right on here and the left on here to get between the two screens. So this is the app. If you go to product, apps, it has all this stuff here. So there's a bunch of different ones. Studio has all these different models, and that's the one that has the ZSpace experiences, which are the pre-made activities. And a lot of them have them, but that's kind of like the majority of, it covers the most variety of subjects. Newton's Park for math and science. Physics, it's like a little playground dome that has, it does with gravity, has a bunch of ramps, you can shoot balls and do all this different stuff. And you can actually, it starts off as Earth, but you can do like the gravity from the moon, the gravity of Mars, zero gravity, and watch how the same activity changes as you change that gravity. Franklin's Lab is an electronics application, so it has a big circuit board. You can go through, and it has different exercises where the battery's backwards or it's missing a capacitor, so it burns out the motor, so you have to go and fix that. So that one's pretty neat. Curry's Elements allows students to explore the periodic table, which that's a pretty cool one too. You click on the element, so it'll have like the periodic table, you click on the element, it brings it up, and then you can, it has you move the electrons, neutrons, protons, all that stuff around to organize it like it should be. Lucid Shapes, so that's kind of, it reminds me of like a little polygon game when I remember for like elementary school and stuff, you put them together, make different things. That's what that one's like. Leopoly is, that's like a 3D art thing, so basically gives you a ball of clay and all the tools like you would normally have if you're in a workshop, and allows you to sculpt and make and create in there, which is another fun one that has a lot of different applications for many subjects. And I want to eventually, down the road, get a 3D printer for this classroom because you can send it straight to it. And so students can make their own things and then they can 3D print them later on. So just to review what we learned today in our ZSpace professional development session.
We learned about the program itself and kind of what augmented reality is and where the future of that program is heading. And then we learned about the equipment, from the computer monitor to the glasses and the stylus, and how they work together to manipulate 3D objects in the program. Then we explored the Z-Space demo, which gave us a lot of different options to see as far as what the program is capable of. Then we moved on to learning about the different applications and which ones might work for specific subjects. Then lastly, we looked at the Z-Space website to find activities and lessons plans for individual subjects, and I showed y'all how to look up additional training videos online. Look forward to working more, and after professional development, we've been meeting with different teachers and going forward with finding specific activities for them to integrate into their classroom, and I look forward to working more with them in the future.